Soul Garden.
Hello, Your Royal Majesty, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I am your host, Christopher Witecki. And pardon my tardiness this week, I was attacked by parasites from a hamburger, and it really sucked. But before we get into your horoscope, let's talk about something I have coming up. If you are ready to actually do some magic, in other words, to lightcast reality, to manifest what you want in life, you might want to take this course. It's called Lightcast Bootcamp. It's a 6-week course. It's me live streaming on a webcam with a whole audience and a chat room and support TAs. And between now and the end of the 6-week period, we teach you how to manifest your own reality. In fact, our students from last summer did. Many miracles posted, many things that they intended that came in the 6 to 8 week period that we had class. So if you're ready to use your magic, if you're serious about all this stuff, come to lightcastbootcamp.com. We have lots of payment options. It's very affordable, yada, yada, yada. Now, on to the royalty of the zodiac. This month, you are working on your relationship consciousness. Remember, we have 12 states of awareness that make up human reality, and one of the states is all about balance. One part of our soul does nothing but constantly check the balance of things. Sound familiar? It's known as Libra. It's what Libras live their whole life about. Well, we all have that part of us, whether we want to dedicate our whole life to it, and this is the month that we restore balance and order to our life. Now, the most common and popular manifestation of balance is human relationships. That is the most sophisticated balance you will ever have, the balance between you and another soul. It's very difficult to keep and master, right? So this is your relationship transit. This is your marriage transit. This is how you balance yourself to the whole world. And when we began on Monday, where I was absent for, Venus was ruling the day. So Venus was really a day for Leos to restore balance and order to their life. Not just your partnerships with others like marriages and business partnerships, but also with yourself, your marriage, right? How you relate to yourself. Are you being nice to you? Are you being fair to you? That's usually where people goof up when it comes to light casting. Now, the moon was in Scorpio on Monday, so your emotions literally were asking for self-nurturing. It was a nesting and resting day on Monday, and your emotions were calling for it whether you're ready to do it or not. So you had to. Tuesday, Valentine's Day, Neptune ruled the day. Intuition kind of really reigned on that day. If you were kind of thinking about something, I think a lot of people who couldn't be with each other were all telepathically thinking about it. Neptune was ruling the day. We were all telepathic. The moon was still in Scorpio on that day, and you were still needing to self-nurture yourself. Really on Tuesday, Valentine's Day, it was about intuiting what it would take to have the happy relationship, to have the balance, to be in balance with yourself. So you were intuiting the solution. On Wednesday, which is when these horoscopes go up, Saturn rules the day, which means it's time to make some decisions. Saturn, decision making, an important part of the light casting process. One of the 12 steps we talk about in Lightcast Bootcamp. You must decide in order to manifest. You must make an incision in awareness and cut away in order to bring what you want into the world and for the law of attraction to draw it in. So Wednesday is a commitment day because we're in Decan 3 or Chapter 3, and this is the time where you commit. So whether you have the relationship, whatever you are when it comes to balance, you commit on Wednesday. You make a decision saying, I am committed to this. Now check this out. Notice how the Sun is trining Saturn and Libra. Saturn and Libra is working on Leos to clear out their mind games. So if you're going to commit to a certain type of relationship, you have to simul-commit to a certain type of attitude. Maybe one that you haven't fully employed, maybe just considered, because Saturn is retrograde. So at this point, it is all consideration. It's not really forcing you in retrograde. But the point is, to have the relationship you want probably means you have to have a new intellectual attitude in order to bring in that relationship. So those start to come along. The moon in Sagittarius kind of gives you a bit of luck because as you're going through this commitment, where are your emotions? With your inner child. That is the core of what a Leo is, a child, right? So your emotions are really speaking to you. It's not like you don't have any guidance on Wednesday. Your emotions are saying, hey, the princess or the prince is going, I love this, I want this. All right, well, the decision should be obvious, and I hope your mind plays along. Now, for those of you who are watched over by me in the Guardian Agency, I'll be texting you a personal text on Wednesday at the perfect time that will help you make that decision. I'm going back to your natal chart. I'm looking at what it takes for you to make decisions and giving you those extra ingredients about how you, different from other royalty or other Leos, have a deciding process. So I'll help you along just a little bit as your personal astrologer through GA. Now on Thursday, you want to act. You want to act on whatever you've decided. Mars rules the day. It is time to put into action what you decided. So this is part of what we talk about in boot camp as well. It's not enough just to sit there in front of a light cast board and wish. There's a reason why to have a reign there was a dance. There was a reason why tribes danced and put things in motion. There's a reason why witches danced around cauldrons. You have to put into action your light casting, your spell. So you want to put in action your decisions on Thursday. You want to show the world that you are serious. Call up the dude, or put into action the treating of yourself better. Put into action the new attitude. And your moon is still in Sagittarius, so hopefully you're inspired by your heart to do so, right? On Friday things are about holding space. I think you're going to feel fabulous on Friday. If there's one thing Leos know how to do is shine. And that's basically what you want to do. Friday, take whatever it is you decided and acted on and shine with it. Shine on. You want to shine on Friday and just be very bright with how you are, and this is it, and that's the way it is, okay? Now notice you also have to keep your mind in check. That's the constant retrograde lesson. And the moon crosses Pluto. What does that mean? Well, if you're going to shine on and be this new relationship person, this new balanced person, this new LTR wannabe, long-term relationship if you want to know, that means the moon crossing Pluto means you're going to have to say goodbye to some old life. There's some old poor me or some sort of reality that you fall into about relationships that's got to die. There's no room for you to have new relationships of balance if that old poor me being you is going to be around. So you've got to let a part of your emotional attachment to an old life die if you want this new part of yourself to be born. That is my predicament. Now, by the way, if you need a little cheering up on Friday, don't forget we've got SG Live, our webcam radio show starring Carolyn Nagel, who's a Leo, and myself. That's live in SG Prime Time, which we're calling 11 a.m. Pacific Time. That's 7 p.m. all the way over in London. And we have live chat, live streaming. We talk to people, people call in. It's fun. And we do karaoke. No kidding. So come on down, give us a listen. We'd love to see you in the chat room. On Saturday, this whole week sort of climaxes. It's the tested degree. The 29th degree is the tested degree. Why is it tested? Well, because all this month you've been working on, this is the relationship I want, this is the marriage I want, this is the balance I want, yada, yada, yada. Now all this emotion catches up to you. The emotional reality catches up to you. And that might test you. A lot of times our emotions talk us out. Oh, I'm worried. I don't know if I can. Yada, yada. Whoa. You have to hold your emotions in space. Also notice this. You got to hold your mind also. The sun will be 29. Saturn will be 29. If there's ever a day to put that new attitude into work, it's when the sun is trining. So you can have these two states of awareness coordinating on the same team. Hey, mind, we're going to have a positive attitude about relationships, right? Yes. Hey, relationship balance consciousness. We're going to draw on the right equal this time and not put up with giving it all away, right? Right. That's what the trine is. You are coordinating two parts of your soul and getting them on the same team. It's an important day. Now, the moon's still in Pluto or still in Capricorn, so you're feeling every bump in the road. If this is all playing out with an actual person, in other words, if you've used a relationship to play out this lesson this month, or if you've used like never being, poor Miss Lonely Hearts, I've never had a relationship, if that's it, whatever you've been using as a game to learn this core lesson, it's going to feel very real, part of the test. Now, again, if you're in GA, I'll send you a personal text on that day about what it takes to let go. When I talk about letting go, I mean letting go of that old mind attitude. What does it take for your soul to let go of an intellectual attitude? I'll do that analysis and send you the text on Saturday at the right time. On Sunday, things actually just kind of chill out. After all that talking I just did, Sunday's a weird day. That's because it's 0 degrees. 0 degrees Pisces. We'll be transitioning into the next state of awareness. The moon will be moving into, excuse me, the moon moves into Aquarius, which means that after all this relationship, you're feeling the results of your work on Sunday. Your emotions catch up to all this work. So after all this work, you'll feel where you are. And just because it feels weird or whatnot doesn't mean that's the way it's going to stay. Don't assume. Remember, we can light cast something different on Monday, but on Sunday you're really feeling where things are. And if you're having turmoil in a particular relationship, you probably won't really feel the way things are until at least Sunday. So give him and her until then. Don't forget they have the same planets going on in different places. All right, Your Royal Majesty, that's all I have for you this week. But I will be back in 7 days. And until then, live love.